Season opener for the BMW IBSF two-man bobsleigh World Cup at Yanqing in China, the Olympic venue. Emil Sipoulis of Latvia, with Mats Miknes behind him, had been in 9th place in the field after the first of 2 heats. Another strong start from the Latvian duo and a much improved drive down the track in the second run saw Sipoulis putting in a bid to finish in the top half dozen. Great speed from the Latvian driver, neat and tidy lines saw him easing away from Austria's Markus Treichel, who had an improved second run himself. Applause from coach Sandis Prusis as Sipoulis took the lead early on. Patrick Baumgartner of Italy had been in a 3-way tie for 5th position after the first of the 2 heats. And again, the Italian tidied up his act in the second run. Below the Kreisel, he had the best speed of them all. Absolutely flying in the Rosso Corsa bright red racing sled. The Italian producing one of his best career drives. As he moved ahead of Sipoulis, there were still 7 sleds to go. Baumgartner was still the leader as the 3rd man who tied him for 5th place after the first heat came to the line. Simon Friedli with brakeman Luca Rolli had an early advantage, but the Swiss driver could not hang on to the speed. By the Kreisel, he was clearly in trouble. At a speed deficit, and a huge slide on the exit sealed his fate. He dropped into the red and would not recover. He fell behind Sipoulis and Baumgartner to be 3rd place with 4 to go. Baumgartner, already on a career best, was still in the leader's box as we got to the top 3. Mikkel Vogt and Sandro Mikkel of Switzerland. Vogt had been in trouble after the first heat with a bit of a back injury, could barely walk between the runs, but they managed to produce an acceptable start. And once he was in behind the D-rings, Vogt's driving was certainly up to scratch. Half a second and more clear of Baumgartner. The Italian would be moved out of the leader's box by the Swiss. Baumgartner with a top 4 finish, his career high. Mickey Vogt once more in the medals. Second place after the first heat, the Olympic 2-man champion on this track from 18 months earlier, Francesco Friedrich. This time with Alex Schuller, not Torsten Margis behind him. Didn't stop them producing great starts. 32 hundredths off the lead in the first heat. He needed to be absolutely flawless in the second to try and grab the gold medal. He was good enough to be fastest almost all the way down, but was it enough to challenge? 28 hundredths up on Mickey Vogt at the end of the heat, 1 sled to go. Friedrich the leader. Last year's 2-man world champion, Hansi Lochner with Georg Fleischhauer. Friedrich beat him in the Olympics in the 2-man and the 4. The silver medalist led after the first heat of the World Cup race here in Beijing. He'd had fastest speeds all the way down. He had fastest speeds all the way down in the second heat as well. And 32 hundredths of a second lead was very nearly doubled by the finish line. A resounding victory for Johannes Lochner and Georg Fleischhauer, leading a German 1-2. Francesco Friedrich and Alexander Schuller in second place. Lochner claimed his 12th career 2-man World Cup victory ahead of Friedrich and Vogt, and leads the World Cup standings after the first race of the season. It's a great start to his 2-man campaign.